Hello and welcome to the Sci-Fi Podcast, number 47. Yeah, that's what 47, 47. It is your host Santi Todd T-A-I, not T-H-I, like the food. This is an awesome, beautiful morning. Hope y'all enjoying it as well. Take part in this energy, enjoy this atmosphere. The Discord is always open. Chat room is always available. Just come on out. Today, this morning, I tried a little bit of DMT. I did it. And this show does not promote the use of illegal or legal drugs. What you decide to do with your body is what you decide to do. This is for harm reduction purposes only. Do not recreate what you see on this channel. What's going on, Nicholas Joshua? I always say the whole name, Nicholas J. Hey, it's been a good morning. I tried a little bit of the DMT this morning. It was lovely. It was lovely. It wasn't enough to break through or like have anything appear out of nowhere and stuff. Because it was a whole story at it. At work, got the notification you went live. Got the headphones on. How was the trip this morning? Yeah, it was wild 'cause it was my first time really like attempting it, like setting myself up against the bed and laying down, or I was sitting against the wall and stuff. And I was real nervous though. I ain't gonna lie, I was real nervous, but I was planning for the morning time because I had a idea from Psych Substance when he was saying how he liked to do it in the morning, like before a lot of things. Before I saw it as like before the world start coming back into play and things start coming into place, like saying this is this is that, this is that, this is that. So I want to do it in the morning time. And yet I had to use the bathroom a couple times, but beforehand because I was just so nervous, and it was a weird kind of nervous. But then I saw during the trip when I took it, it actually tastes good to me at first, even though afterwards now when I was hitting the L, everything tasted different when I was when I was smoking. So that was cool. But I got into a real like a cool meditative state where I was like repeating a mantra to myself. Like I got it from True too. I was like, I'm everything and nothing. I'm everything and nothing. And that was the only thoughts I wanted to take it with. I'm everything and nothing. I'm everything and then I wasn't even focusing on that. It was like a real back space thought. And I'm just going through the problems too, as well as the cool stuff, because this is why I didn't have like as much as I wanted to experience. The lighter, I didn't have this lighter. The lighter was like, was getting all dim and wasn't working after a while. So I couldn't like, I did it about 3 times. Cause first I put a little crumb in there, cause I don't have a scale. So I just put a little thing in there, like little tidot. I don't know how to put a little tidot. And then I had did that. If I wait till it filled up the little ball chamber thing, and I say, and then I was like, I was like just sitting there. I said, I mean, I could do some more. I was like, I definitely do more. Like I got at that point when when I took the first hit thing, it was like all the fears and rationales that was stopping me from doing it. Like literally everything was just wiped away, and it felt cool to actually be in that state of not having anxiety about it. Cause I tell you, I was thinking about it last night. Like anytime I think about it, like before, my heart will start pacing and stuff like that. But after I tried like 3 times, I put more in it the third time, and I was like, I'm just gonna put more in there. I'm just gonna put some more in there and just do it. But then that's when the lighter started going dim, right when it was starting to go at it. But the pictures on my walls, they was looking pretty neat. They like had a aura around them, a different vibe to them. They had a different vibe, and even the placement of everything in my room just had a certain vibe, a different vibe to it. It was. I guess we say interesting. That's what we say in reports. It was interesting. So, and I was also having. I don't even know. I don't remember all the thoughts I had. I was just so happy to be finally like going at it. I was just so happy. And that I was feeling different character going about. Feeling a different character coming about, saying, "Yeah, this is my character. This is me. This is me right now." This is me right now. This not me thinking about somebody else, me doing this, or like all the opinions and stuff. Like it was just me. It was just me. And I was really I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. I could see why people probably take little puffs out of a vaporizer before they like go hit the gym or do martial arts or piano key before he go to work while he on his lunch break or just any time. A lot of people have many different reasons. And it felt real relaxed. My mental, like me feeling like me, meant that my mentalness was clear. My no kind of headache going about, no trying to plan ahead. But what I mean about the character, I already described it. The character that I felt like I was playing, I was like, wow, the other character, the dad character, the boyfriend character, I was like, that's the character that got those anxiety thoughts about the worries about what happens in the boyfriend and stuff world. I was like, I ain't really worried about that. I'm good. I'm actually okay. I'm all right. And then like with everything, with the daughter, with the rain, cause it was like I kind of knew everything that was going to happen too before it happened. Cause right during the trip, my girlfriend got back from work, and then that's when she started talking about just the daughter and school and stuff like that. While I was trying to hold on to the thoughts and the world that I was going through, and I started getting emotional. I did get real emotional, but I don't remember for what reason. It was just feeling. It was some kind of revelation. I don't know. We'd say revelation. It was some kind of cool revelation, and of just letting go. Because during the mushroom trip, I was looking in the mirror and I was seeing my character too, a character that I play, and I was like, wow, I really am kind of real tight knit. I really am like. Not even just how I try to present myself, but just how I am in my own field. Like I try to be real. Well, I'm real like not tight knit, but I don't know. I'm strange. I'm it's not even like a OCD kind of. I was thinking of OCD, but it's not even like a OCD type of thing. But it is. I'm just real particular about a lot of things, and I try to be loose. Like in my character, like I try to be real loose about things, and and that's why I like these experiences, because it just put me right in that character without trying to think and overthink. Man, because I tell you, all your inner voice is what's really driving the game, and the louder it is, the cooler the cooler I am. Really, I was watching this. I mentioned it 2 days ago. I was watching this movie that I knew was talking to me. It's an old Disney movie. What's going on? What's going on, Loud Tech 9? The movie that I still never didn't find out what it called, but it has McCartney in it. McCartney, and he goes to the library. Disney movie. I'm just typing it in. And yep, it's not gonna come up because I don't know how to spell my heart. I don't even know how to say his name. But he was real. He that had a bunch of fears about going at the clubhouse because he was scared he was gonna fall. Just had these anxieties. This nerd quality to him. You know how the kind of nervousness that nerds have is different than the kind of nervousness than a jock would have. Or I'm going into like the high school type setting right now. Then cause in high school we put all our emotions on display, like ready available, like we always on some type of psychedelic or something like that. So yeah, I have like nerd type nervousness to me. So I mean nerd type anxiety and stuff, and like my encounters with people. But it was all of that was gone. All of that was gone, and I really wanted to go deeper, but I was just satisfied. I didn't I didn't have that till afterwards. I was just satisfied. I don't even know. I was satisfied with what I did so far. And now it's raining outside, so doing it outside is out the question right now. But the family's in the house, so I'm definitely going to do it again. I'm definitely going to do it again. Yeah, that nerdy awkward feel. And that I can't be afraid of that. And that's what it was showing me, not to be afraid of that. Not to be afraid of that, because it was showing me too. The DMT was showing me how everything that everybody was, and I say this too all the time, that the world is subjective, as opposed to being objective. Like it's subjective truth. It's like somebody's truth is just as valid as your truth. I was like, yo, everything that everybody's coming on the channel saying, and well, everybody and stuff, is they really saying the truth. They really talking. They really talking to you. Like Rape the Matrix, King Oz, Astro, Nicholas, anybody that come on. Like if you reading it and it seems like they talking to somebody else, they really talking to you. It's always about you, and not an egotistical way, but in a magical way. In a real magical way. So I'm glad that I took that I had you well voice going through my mind too, and I remixed it to actually still be mine of just go for it. Just go for it. I mean, not just go for it. I guess that's what I remixed it to, but that don't be afraid of your story, and that is real nice. I'm posting this in the Discord live now. The live, so people can join in and know that we here. But no, that's me DmT'aing, and that's about my first, like I could say, real first real taste of DMT. That's what you all was mentioning. Going swimming, learn to swim before you just dive off the diving board. Cause I have unlimited amount of time to experiment and see what's going on. And what was going through my mind was just trying to be pushed into a situation, but I didn't feel pushed. And the situation that's going through my head was other people's stories, and it wasn't really my story. So it's awesome that working with yourself, and just working at your own pace. How true that really is. Because every experience matters. And it still all add up starting from the first one too. Oh, why I say stream offline? Hold on, let's fix that up. Hopefully it comes back on. Let me check this back out on here. So my head not there. Oh, alright, it's back. Every experience. Yeah, it's raining outside, so the internet is going to be a little more choppier than usual. Live now. All right. But yeah, DMT is nothing like anybody says when it comes to scare tactics, when it comes to misinformation and things like that. I love that I've been talking about this and researching and finding out new information while live on camera sometimes, or as soon as I find it, sharing it, seeing what other people had to say on True Life, hearing what they had to say, because word of mouth is so much more powerful than say so, than even your own say so, than even your own imaginations beforehand. Even your own imaginations. The leap, the dive off the cliff, the skydive, the taking the breath and just jumping off the plane and letting the wind hit you. And that's what we all really want too. Well, that's why I really want that adventure. I love adventure. I love adventure. And it's a lot easier to do it, as to say, it's a lot easier to do it on that side than to have it go about on this side. But then it's like when it come back on this side, it's a lot more simpler. when you actually wish to go about and do it. Like if you want to go hiking, you can go hiking now and look over. I can look over the cliff and not really be scared about falling or have any thoughts of, oh wow, let me not think about falling. But just when I'm looking down, I'm like, wow, it's beautiful. Look at how vast my vision is. My array of vision is. I can see way far out. Hey Yolanda, hey Yolanda. Doing good, just enjoying what it is to be me. And to be me is that was one thing that was running through my mind too. I was saying, man, why do I keep saying me when it's really we? It's never me, it's always we. It's always we doing this. We opening the door. And me singling it out is me attaching to just one aspect, one thought process, one thought train that I'm just being aware of in that moment. But there's always a we going on. It is always a we going on. And that's sad. That's cool because cool that the DMT could show you that experience because a lot of people are lonely. And a lot of people think that when it comes to the world of imagination, that's something that's false. That's something that's psychiatric ward, dope you up. You gotta get some SSRIs pumped in you. And shout outs to Disney. They actually, I was watching last night, Return to Oz. I think that's what it's called. Return to Oz. And it was a very low budget film. So I'm surprised Disney actually still went out with it. Let me see if I can get it to come up. There it is. Do. Return to Oz. It came out 1985. And when I say low budget, yo, it's a totally different type movie. They don't even sing in it. But I brought it up because Dorothy in this one, she returns to Oz. But before she returns to Oz, her parents bring her into a psychiatric ward because she was telling fantasies about the Emerald City and the Cowardly Lion and things like that. But in this movie, she escapes from the psychiatric ward and because the power went out or something like that. And then when she's floating out at sea, she drifts off back into the land of Oz and sees that it's taken over and they have these new adventures. But as in low budget, look how they make the Scarecrow look. That's not how I remember the Scarecrow. And, and they even tried to do the Tin Man back. Here go the Tin Man. I don't mean to be busting on it right now, but it is what it is. Look at that Tin Man. Look at that Cowardly Lion. Well, I still watched it and I enjoyed it. It had a lot of claymation going on. It's worth checking out. But it was cool that Disney made a movie like saying, yeah, she had this cool trip, and then in the second one they tried to put her in the psychiatric ward, but then it still wound up being true. uh, and that's why I like that I can talk we all talk it out. Hold on, I gotta get back to where it was at so I can see if anybody writing. But that's why I like that we can talk these things out and have similar experiences being told and similar vibes being told from living in different parts of the world and different climates, coming from different families, coming from different religions and set of beliefs. But it's like once you dive into it and take the hit, all the puzzles start coming together. That's how I was feeling on just the little bit that I had, the little bit that I held, and just looking around and looking at me and see how everything was all put together. You up, you gotta get some SS. Right, hopefully it's still in. It's a little choppy today. Still got the full bars. It look like how many bars are on the wild? The Wi-Fi. But yes. It is good times to be. It's to good times to be held when in the DMT realm. It's not all. Man, it's all about preparation. It's just the point that I'm at. Just the point that I'm at. And it's just I'm just going back and forth over how much I was trying to how big my imagination was, how much it was building up. Like I can visualize that as all these characters coming around me trying to tell me all of these things and make me feel all these types of ways. And then I was just like swim through it or just like unfog the window real quick and they was the droplets on the window and I just like brushed it over for the side. Oh, it's just little droplets. That's all it is. I got a sponge, or I got a rag. I can just sure. It's all right. It's okay. I have the tools necessary, the technology, and it is a technology. It is a mineral. Like comes from minerals. Comes from the Mimosa hostilis, or Acacia confucius plant. And you extract it through alchemy. And I'm in my mind I'm comparing it to technology, like how they go and mine for the silicone and the other transistors that make up the circuit board that bring all the technology that we have now, and then they go and work on it with some knowledge that they have and like connect this circuit to that, or they gotta cut the stone this way. So I don't really know how transistors or how to build a transistor, but I'm just tying it on out, and building it up and cutting it a certain way so electricity interacts with it a certain way, and it can bounce it off and connect wires, and like that's what you do in the DMT process. Like the person that made the DMT for you to get, it was like they went through a process, a alchemical process. Like the feelings was involved, the atmosphere. It was a we thing. It was never a I thing. It was never a one person doing anything. It was always a we going into it. I see a lot of cool things coming. A lot of cool things coming. uh, and the get the brush past that fear one more time just to talk about it. I felt it was just the character of feeling like, oh man, this is me doing this. This is not me watching somebody doing this. This is not me listening to somebody do this. How I feel when I first did my big dose of shrooms too, and now I'm cool with shrooms. But that's how it is with DMT. It's like it's not somebody else doing it. It's me doing it. It's me doing this. Hey, Ted is dead. Now, yeah, we're going to have a good shut-in day. It's a rainy day. It's going to be raining for the next 2 days. But the fam is doing well. They doing pretty well. And, yeah, we all here. Yolanda, Nicholas, we in here. We tying it on out. And that's probably the we messing up the computer. I can't blame nobody else. Because before, I had to restart the computer a good 3 times before I can get this live working. And for the past couple of days, I didn't have to do that. So I just seen everything as a clue. As a clue. In my mind, I was like, Karen, go deeper, go deeper, go deeper. It's happening. It's happening. That's just my excitement talking. That's my excitement. I was seeing it. I think coming back down, I was seeing too. I was getting flashes of visions of all the emotions in my head being in a control room, and then me being the commander of it, and like a good commander. I don't know why I'm saying commander like it's a bad word, but that's why how I always seen. I was like, man, a commander, no need for a commander. We don't need this person. Da, 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 da. But it was like that's what, and shying away from it and viewing it like that. I wasn't. If I was having problems coming to terms with that within my own psyche, because I was just seeing how other people was playing it instead of seeing how I was playing it. And my commander is cool. Like I'm chilling. I was seeing myself for myself and see that I'm actually I'm cool. And I always see this after every psychedelic experience. And this was Rape the Matrix was running through my mind too, because he was saying that how when he hear our stories and stuff compared to what he's going through, he would say like, man, y'all not really going through nothing. And it's all relative. It's always all relative, because then if I'm feeling the way, I could say that about somebody else. But just the bells that it was ringing that led up to the trip, it was like, it was a cool thing, because for my world, it was, as I was saying before, it's like everybody's always talking to me. It's just like I say, everybody seems like it's talking to you all the time in a certain settings. When you start messing with DMT or and mushrooms and stuff and psychedelics, so that is everything just makes sense. Everything makes sense, and it seems pretty cool when everything makes sense. Because then I want to play now. It's like, all right, I could play. But know that I'm playing. I have this other kind of play. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to come up with words. It's a lot of talking. I talk a lot, so I got a little library. Well, yeah, but I don't know if I finished it talking about the commander I was feeling. And going into that position and feeling comfortable. Like in Star Trek. I watch Star Trek a lot. And like Commander Picard and stuff. Like he's pretty cool. And he's like real thoughtful about everything. And that's why he's the commander still. And he still has the other people in the ship that that have their specialties about him that he still really can't do nothing without. So it's a whole cool awesome show that I was watching go on within myself. I love the confidence. That's confidence. That's confidence for you. That is confidence for you. For me. For we. Start talking like Smeagol. My precious. All I need is my precious DMT. I had just a couple L's afterwards, so my voice is horrible. That impression. Wah, wah, wah. I want to play this song and hopefully not get copyrighted, but if we do, hopefully it's just for a tag. Hopefully they just want to put ads on it and I can't make revenue from it or something like that. That's cool. Yolanda, what's up with your day if you over there still? If you're still here. Or anybody's day while it's loading up. Confucius plant. And this is way behind. Now that I see it on here. Through alchemy. Oh. It's okay. Some everything and nothing. I'm trying to find it back. There it is. It loaded up. DMT is amazing. DMT is amazing. It's amazing. What I could say is, like, man, it's amazing. But I was gonna say, don't. For a tip for me in the future, just for me to say this out loud, is pay attention to other people's presentations, but know that that's their experience. And don't be scared of how you going to present yourself. That's what I was too. I was like, how I'm going to present myself. And there's still a lot of changes. Because I already seen it with the mushrooms and stuff. That's going to be happening. But it's okay. That's how it's supposed. That's how you get the ball rolling. I think it's it. Wait, my bad. I think this is it. Yeah. Residual Tangles by Gaslamp Killer.
You guys having a good time or what? Let's keep it going.
What you say? I just saw it popped up. Ted is dead. You said, what Matrix was saying though about other people's problems compared to his aren't anything. He didn't mean everyone is nothing compared to his. It was he listened to y'all and realized his problems aren't so big. Yeah, yeah, I know that. Yeah, that's what he was saying. That's what he was saying. I had got that picture when he was saying it. I got another picture after the trip. Like a sixth sense saying. Like he didn't know what he was saying while he was saying it. Or this just how I got the perspective. I got like two perspectives off of it. I can get like multiple perspectives off of a single statement. I'm just like, but this was the song that first was playing. Not first was playing, but just getting me in the vibe. Just reminded me what was going on. Hey, Exile. I'm gonna have to come up on the on here. Hey. Well, if it's gonna be long, there. This is a sample. How do you do this? See, this computer is glitching out. I never seen it refresh and had to do the whole video. Oh, I don't think it's gonna work. I'm not going to try to waste everybody's time this much. Dang. That's cool. Try one more time. Stay like this. I love that crystal skull he has right in the front. I don't see any warning signs yet. Stream's still here. Oh. Oh
Gas
no! Hopefully it's not. No, I just got a lot of lagging issues, guys, today. I just got a lot of lag today. That's all. Oh, but I'm glad it didn't get cut off. That makes me want to do another song. I just like listening to music. Hey, somebody there in the Discord? I think I heard something. Hey, Rape the Matrix, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hey, hey.
I don't know why my mic isn't working.
No, I can hear you. That was probably me. I probably had the music up too loud. Try and get out there, Rudy. Come
Oh, that's what's up. Because I popped in like 3 or 4 times already, you know.
on. Oh,
We
bro,
were
I was
lighting
so
up
lost in my head. I couldn't really. I probably didn't even hear you. You probably was saying something. I'm sorry about that.
It's all good. It's all good, my brother. That
Uh-huh.
shit happens when you feel the work
Oh, wait.
we're in.
And now it's
Yeah,
going in
but
and
what I
out.
was
It's
yeah,
trying to
what I
go.
was saying and what I was typing in Discord was or I mean in YouTube yesterday how you were talking about how I think about when I have problems and then I hear you guys. And
Yeah.
I think about my problems, like my problems ain't shit compared to theirs. You know what I mean? I do got a disability and shit, but I mean, y'all go through some major shit too. You know what I mean? So I when I listen to you guys, it makes me take a step back to help analyze what I have and what I could have from the shit I used to be doing. I could have nothing or be dead.
Mm-hmm.
So I look at every day now as like, hell yeah, I got to wake up. You know what I mean? Just try to stay positive throughout the day.
No, no, that's
Yeah,
what I got from
yesterday.
what you were saying. That's my headphones messing up.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's.
heard you saying too that like you
Mm-hmm.
get different perspectives on one thing, you'll get like 10 different viewpoints. You know, I'm the same way, bro.
Yeah, it's like different personalities looking at it, and depending on how I'm feeling about the day is what personality going to take on that idea on how it was looked at.
Ain't that some shit?
Isn't it?
It,
Cause
it
in
gets
one,
it gets like a roller coaster.
mm-hmm, it's fun. It's fun. Cause then it's like at least it's dealing with you, and you ain't trying to like go at it with somebody else.
Yeah, true that. Later on, because it rained last night. Later on, I'm gonna do a video. I think of just what popped up because it rained last night. So there's probably some cool ass edibles out there, all
Ooh,
different kinds of film.
yeah, film
Uh,
that.
few few people are wanting me to make a YouTube channel on like just about what I do every day. So some people have a channel like that already, which is
Mm-hmm.
cool, and he's got tons of viewers too. You know what I mean? Which I appreciate him doing because it puts the word out there that we all ain't retarded and crazy and gonna kill everybody, you know, shit like that. 'Cause that's how movies and stuff make people with mental illness out to be.
Yeah, they secret
They make them think,
psychopaths. About to kill
right?
somebody or something. Well, waiting to kill somebody. Don't tick them off.
Bro, I have a hard time just killing bugs after my psychedelic experiences.
Mm-hmm.
I just like everything has its purpose, you know.
It does. That's why when I finally start, I swat. I don't kill flies, but I did like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh man, I guess I gotta play that role right now because it wasn't going nowhere. But I know exactly what you mean. Like looking at it, it was like, oh, it only got 7 days to live. Like, well, I gotta go on the first or the second day. It's about to die soon
Same.
anyway.
Yeah, it's them things you tie about, bro. You know, when after you do after your journey, it's great. It's a good thing. The fucking world needs it. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. And you always need somebody, some community to have like a certain essence about them that exists. Like all the other things can still exist, but as long as this kind of essence is still like found somewhere in the world, it's all right. Well,
We'll
it's
still,
cool.
yeah, we'll still be going. What's up? Keep it alive. But keep going no matter where now. Someone will find it somewhere.
Uh-huh. But hey, Rate the Matrix, that would be a good first video. Like literally just finding mushrooms.
Yeah, yeah. Just showing what I do on a daily. Probably
Uh-huh.
film some animals. Film whatever. I
Yeah, you got
film the trail.
those cows, those bulls and stuff nearby.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. They hang out. They're cool. They used to hate me. They used to chase me up the tree. One night I stayed up in the tree for 3 hours. Fell asleep.
That remind me of a cartoon or something. I'm just gonna stay up
Yeah.
there.
It was funny. That's for sure. I just didn't want to get caught out there at daylight. So I was like, bitch, go away.
Was it like nighttime or was it like the afternoon?
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't on my problem.
Oh,
And then it was at night. So he could have snuck up behind me and killed me too. You never know. They're so fast and quiet and shit. If they want to be, sneak up on you.
yeah. Especially even that little
Wow.
one you posted, that picture of the bull that was like close to you. Even I would run from that. I run from a dog with horns. I run from a dog without
I
horns
could
if
have
it's
reached.
chasing me.
I could have reached and petted him on camera if I wanted to. He's cool. That bull is
You tamed the bull.
pretty cool. He takes care of his dick. He's got about 12 girlfriends out there.
12.
He's, yeah, he's the main man.
Uh
There's a
huh.
few bulls out there, but he's the biggest one.
12. That's cool. It just started raining
Sure.
here like it was supposed to 2 weeks ago, like 2 days ago. So it's been raining for 2 days straight. So when it finally calmed down, I'm gonna hit up a couple patches, see what's good.
Yeah, you're in northern
Mm-hmm.
California too. Pretty shit up there too.
And for the past 2 years, I've been just seeing what's been around. I found a lot of different other species, but the only one I ever found in the past YouTube was psilocybin, was cyanescence, the wood chip ones. I never found any other ones. I thought I found the ones you posted, the ones they call the witch's cap over there in Europe. I forget
Yeah,
the pants. I thought I had those a couple
those
times,
stuff.
but the spore print was brown, so that was a no go. I had collected like 50 of them. It's a no go.
They can have. There'll be ones with brown right next to a damn regular one. It's crazy.
Hmm. See, I didn't know that, but that was a lot
Yeah,
of
they grow.
chances because they was real small.
There's several that grow out there and around the dung, bro. That you gotta be careful of. Some people be not doing the research, man. I feel bad for them because that shit'll make you really, really sick.
Yeah, eating a lookalike will really get you up
Uh-huh.
there. It will virtually really mess you up.
If you don't, but you don't die. Yeah. Deadly, deadly.
Let me look up some deadly lookalikes. Wait, I typed in
I had
deadly
so many good
lookalikes.
pictures.
I ain't type in mushrooms. What was you saying?
I had, I had so many good pictures on my Samsung phone, and the damn bastard a few days ago, I was pissed. And I don't let it nothing upload to the cloud
Oh, I was gonna
or
say you
the
don't have a
cloud.
cloud. Uh-huh.
I do, but it's Linux.
Yo, I had a thought when I was coming down cuz I finally did a little DMT this morning. I finally like sat down and had the pipe and everything. And the thing that stopped that I kept coming back with this we thing. So I say we stopped us from going farther or something cuz the lighter started like dimming down and it still had fluid in there, but the flame wasn't coming up. I was like, "Yo, what is going on right now?" But I wasn't too much freaking out about it because after the couple attempts I did, I was already a little somewhere in a headspace that I never really been in, besides on like mushrooms. So I was like, oh, it actually did do something, and the blunt I was smoking afterwards tasted different. So I was like, yeah, it was definitely there. But the picture
I don't.
thing, I was bringing up the pictures because I was thinking about when and this can't. I don't even. I'm all these factors trying to say, man, it's probably not true or blah blah. But whatever it is, this the thought process running through my mind is saying that I was looking at my picture and it was real or something. But I was thinking of my face, and I was thinking of uploading pictures, and when you focus on an image or something, that it actually affects the person's life who's in that picture in the way that they probably not expecting it or would never expect it, but is actually has a effect on it. So when like people really put themselves out there, they gotta like be really strong because it's a lot of projections or imaginations being placed on a image, and that somehow trickles down to you or something, or can affect you or something like that. I think that's how people did spells back in the day, so to speak. Like look at an image and curse people or stuff like that. But it don't gotta be a bad thing. It can be a good thing. Like put some good and heart and stuff out.
That's all. It's something to think about for sure.
Yeah. Cause I remember it was one person I ran into. She was scared to ever have anybody take pictures of her. I don't know what she ever did. She never really said it, but she was ripping up pictures, and she went on a whole vacation to the islands and didn't let nobody take a picture of her. I was like, what did she? What was she? It was like a schizophrenic episode, really. But the psychedelic, I was able to get in there and see it in a calmer way. Like it was just a thought train that was running through my head. That was just a thought train. I was like, oh, and it was a lot more to it, but that's what I got back. That's what I got back.
Yeah, no, there's so much more to certain things like that that you wish you could bring back and explain. You know, you had a good one when you really can't explain it.
Yeah, like I only got my head wrapped around it. I barely got my finger wrapped around it.
Saying,
But it's cool though. Cause
I
that's the
wonder if
character
there's
I
any.
didn't want to come back with. I didn't want to come back. I guess like I didn't want to come back looking wild and crazy. That's why I like that you came on and was talking with me and stuff like that. And what you said before when you said, yeah, they all think we all crazy over there on True Channel, and I was like, I'm crazy too, but but now doing like now I really see a lot more. I really see a lot more because I was seeing before DMT. I was like, man, I don't want to come back and try to like say oh this and this and nobody ever able to like talk to me back or answer my questions or they gonna look at me like this and that. I was like, wait, I'm already doing all of this, and True and I'm already doing all of this. I said we all fam. I said what is the problem? What's the problem, Todd? Like this is the conversation I was having with me. I was like, come on, get over it. Come on, we family. Like we really family. Really, like it's real.
Hell yeah. Bro, and like ever since my dad died, it seems like my actual blood family just totally separated from us. Like they don't even talk to us, no nothing no more. They try like the story I was telling. They tried to rob everything from them and everything. Like what's true is going through right now. And fucking, it was just bad. They took everything from my pa. I forgot what I was getting to, man. It's just that. Yeah, that's that bullshit.
Now,
That woman.
can you say that again? You was going in and out.
I I forgot what I was saying, but I was talking about how it was about True and my dad and something, and I forgot what I was saying. I lost my train of thought.
Oh, oh. Yeah, it is a similar
Yeah,
circumstance.
like how yeah, it's a similar circumstance, and we're all family, and I'm here for him. He's got my personal number. Any bullshit jargon the doctors try and tell him, like you know how he was saying, they try to use big words to fool you and all that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
See, with a lot of my time, I've done a lot of studying, and if I didn't catch felonies, like I said, I'd probably be a pharmacologist. So yeah, if they run that bullshit game on, I can help. He's doing the right thing though. He's getting his dad home, sibling. I didn't have that. He's
Yeah, he is doing
definitely
a
doing
cool
the right
thing.
thing, bro.
And it's hard. It's hard to do the right thing, but it's like a lot easier after you do some psychedelics. It's like this is the obvious decision. Like, what are y'all doing? What is the rest of y'all doing? What are y'all even thinking?
Man, fucking crazy. It really is. Like, what are y'all doing? It seems like fucking. It seems like well, it is fucking 100%. How you gonna put radiation somewhere? And I just don't get that. Nuclear medicine, crazy.
Yeah, it is nuclear medicine. I like how you put that. They nuke in your body, trying to destroy cells. Then they aim is not even on point.
Yeah, they're just like to knock it all down and hopefully it'll rebuild itself.
Mm-hmm. And it's
But
wild.
chance, I'm not.
And even bringing up the cannabis field, since we on the cancer stuff, it's wild how the cannabis thing have certified science. Like mushrooms is starting to catch up with cannabis, but and cannabis been saying this thing for a long time already. Like it's just amazing how people can, or they probably just never clicked on it. They probably honestly just never clicked on that video that was the politician stuff that was talking about the marijuana as much as we think we, as much as we hope they do. Because the information is literally right there in the face to say how it can shrink tumors and cure like different
Hmm.
types of cancer ailments. And then like people literally doing it and like risking their jobs and professional careers in order to perform these procedures, and people just still like they're still not a doctor.
Right. It's just like if I get like the judge, he wouldn't want to hear it if I ever got in trouble with psychedelics because he doesn't know himself personally, never done them. Like how much it's changed my life. It's saved. You know, he can look at my record, shows it that I haven't been in trouble in a long time. Ever since I've done them, I stopped being in trouble. Just like that.
You gotta make a documentary about it so that if anything ever happened or write it down, you say, hey, look at this report. Like, can we at least look at the evidence I've been gathering for myself to prove to myself that I am good? I'm not the same cat.
A lot of people notice it. A lot of people don't like to chill with me now because I ain't angry and this and that, and they can't use me for their own personal gain.
Oh,
You
that's
know?
funny when that happens.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's like that. You see that's how they was always having, or to us too. That was how we was choosing to see fun. and like that's the only way to see fun. Like if you're doing something else, that's square. That's true. So you a square, or you
Yeah.
just you a old head now, or you born, or they think it's something wrong with you. You depressed about something that you really don't want to talk about. Like even when you smiling and telling them about how good you are, like no, you hiding something. And like I promise, I'm good. I'm good. And then going into that, you start going back, and you're like, all right, I knew not to do that in the first place. Well, that's what I be saying. Like, all right, I knew.
Some people be asking me too, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" I'm nothing. I'm just chilling. Look, you look mad. I'm not mad at nothing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but no, I
I
learned to
guess
all to
I'm hard
just
to.
be you. Cause they used to say I
That's
look
what
lost
I
when I
do.
was in school. They used to say, "Man, do you look? Are you okay? Do you look lost? Are you lost?" Like it was just like students asking me that, and not even just teachers. I was like, "Nah, I'm just
Yeah, just 'cause
daydreaming."
you, yeah, just 'cause you ain't in the same headspace as them, don't make
Yeah,
you
I
fucking
was literally
lost.
daydreaming all day, all night. And I like how
Yeah,
mushrooms
I
bring
did
you
that.
back into that. Mushrooms and DMT, like daydreaming. Cause you growing up, you be like, what's the point of daydreaming? Or unless you like always still in the creative field. But if you get knocked out the creative field and you trying to just like learn precise things just in order to live and stuff like that, and you start forgetting a
Yeah,
lot of things.
hell yeah.
My grandmom always used to tell
Definitely.
me it
I'm
was a
a,
lot of geniuses on the corner. It says a lot of geniuses on the corner. I don't want to see you wind up like them. Like they got a whole brain on them, but they just choose to be on the corner and sell drugs.
yep,
Don't mean they stupid.
because it doesn't. Yeah, I got one fucking felony marijuana weight back in, when I was 8.
Mhm.
It just ruined my whole fucking life, my career of being in pharmacology. It just ruined all. Took it flushed right down. So, even though I was that guy out there on them corners and shit, you're right. I'm not. Everyone judged me probably quick, but I wasn't a piece of shit. There's probably a lot of brilliant guys out there. Just the world ain't giving them a chance because of a fucking charge over some drugs or something dumb.
Yeah, and stigmatisms and the change factor. People don't really experience so much as much change as we dealing with psychedelics experience, and it's really wild because they can people like really kind of only experience when they move to a whole new location or when they try something so new and radical that it's like they got to pay a lot of money in order to do that. Like travel somewhere or have
Yeah,
this experience. But it's like with psychedelics, our minds is constantly being able to have change as a friend. Like it's our buddy. Like yeah, change is about to knock on the door right now, and now something else about to happen, and it's
uh,
cool. And people like when
yeah,
realize that that can happen, like your world is just the same old, same old.
especially with people do psychedelics. Every day is like a vacation if you do it right. You know what I mean? You don't have to go spend extravagant money and do all this crazy shit. You gotta. We live in America. The place has got a lot of shit to do already. You know what I mean? You
Mm-hmm.
got to spend like 500,000 unless you're really into history or something. But I like it. Like I said, I want to get that van and travel the U.S. See more of the U.S. before I leave the
And then combining the traveling with the psychedelics, you're just gonna be flowing, like literally flowing. You're gonna be moving, moving all the
country.
time. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. What that change thing. What I was saying too, like they don't notice that things can actually change. So like their world is made up of the same old because they never really enact on change that much on little things. Like my grandma came to California and she was willing to experience some cool things and like experience having fun, but she wasn't really experiencing her to change. So for me, like if I'm on a vacation, I want to change. I want to come back like, wow, I'm a new person. I got some new, fresh ideas on the brain that I want to see how these enact on my body and how I conjure up this stuff in this 3D world and stuff like that. So when I took her hiking, it was like a movie because I took her farther than I thought was too. I kept saying I was that person that kept saying it's right around the bend. 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes. And she kept saying, boy, I'm going to kill you. You keep on saying 5 more minutes, 2 more minutes. And she said, I'm from the city. And when we went by people, she would literally say, I'm enjoying this, but I'm from the city. I ain't used to this stuff. I ain't used to this. But it was the love for me. That's why I like love too, because it was the love for me that actually kept pushing her. It wasn't always the scenery either, because she didn't even want to look over the cliff. She like, I ain't looking over. I'm just going to keep looking straight. I kept saying, look over. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. She's like, no, I'm all right. Let's just keep on going. Let's keep going to the park that you said you wanted me to see.
I just picture my grandma doing this damn thing too.
She's like 58. So it was cool. And I knew I wanted to push her. There was something in me that was just so playful that was just laughing the whole time. Because I could have at any point said, all right, we're going to turn over. I was like, no, let's keep going. Let's keep going. So I was playing the grandson, picking where to roll, like, keep on going. Like, let's go on an adventure. Because I wanted to let her see, like, this is what I'm out here doing. Like, this is a taste of what's out here. Like, the peacefulness. Because when she came back, the vibe that you get, you know the vibe you get back from a good hike and stuff. It's so cool. It's refreshing. Because a lot of people, like, they never expect themselves to, especially a lot of black people. Black people in nature don't mix. Black people in trees and out in the woods with kind of animals that can just pop out of nowhere. Like, that's scary movie material. That's scary movie material right there. But we changing the narrative. We changing the narrative one toad at a time. One step at a time, one breath at a time.
World changed so much in the past 10 years. It's unbelievable.
Say that part again. My headphone was slipping out.
Well, I was just saying the world's changed so much in 10 years.
Oh, in 10 years. Man, I don't even think about the date that much. But when you just brought that up, I'm like, it's about to be 2020. I graduated from high school in 2010. So that was a big transition for me, seeing the world. I was going out into that first time living out on my own and stuff, going to college for a year. And it's changed so much since then. The technology. People still got a lot of, I see people still got the same fears. They just be applying it to different situations.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, so fear plays a game, and it just likes to show itself at different incidences, playing out through different scenarios. Well, it's the same thing. Like, the old people always scared of the young people doing this. The young people always looking at the old people like this. Then the people in between got the different personalities of being mixed. Like, mixed between being old and new. And just seeing how it all plays out.
Yeah. It's extreme, though, like the most out of my life, my fort. Like, it's just for the, like, past 10 years, how extreme it is. So much, like, I don't know, it's hard to politics and all that bullshit. It's crazy. So I don't like to follow it.
Oh, you're right about the politics.
Yeah, that changed huge.
Mm-hmm.
Right after Obama, and after Obama's presidency, it turned into like a whole different thing. Fuck, pissing con between two parties. It's more than ever before. It seems like.
You know who I think seen all this coming? The people that was taking psychedelics a long time ago. Cause you remember how they had the Trump being president in The Simpsons.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like how we see vibes and stuff going around, like whatever you really into, I think if you're doing a psychedelic, like you start seeing the skeleton structure, future and past of whatever you're working with, and like how it's related to the feelings of the people and ever like a whole sculpture of things going on. And I was just thinking of how like say people was taking DMT around the time George Bush was president and 9/11 was happening, so they was seeing how all this fear was being gathered and like ritualized and stuff like that, and the president, and even like seeing how the people created that president through the fears that they was having or how they was doing their daily life. You see how we so awake in this time now, how we can look at Trump, and I've seen a lot of things in myself in the past that I've seen in Trump exhibit. And I see a lot of people around me that Trump exhibit like full fledged. So it's like the president is symbolically supposed to be the makeup of the country. So symbolic symbols don't really matter about personal opinions so much. But that is what it is. Like this is a face of who we are right now, like for the better and for the worse all put together. And if it seemed like it's the worst, then it's something that's so much in our face right now that we can like deal with that and change it up, because we went from like um bush to Obama. Like people saw all the things we didn't want to deal with Bush, or that we had to deal with in Bush, and it woke up a lot of our stuff. I was still a kid back then. I was in elementary school, so I don't know what it was doing in me. But I was just thinking what people was going through back then. And then that led to Obama, because they said, oh, we are curing, we are, or however how Obama presented himself. It's like, oh, this is how we presenting ourselves now. And then Obama still had major flaws, like with the drone attacks and a lot of not flaws, because technology and war is warfare, but just things that people didn't like, and made laws and stuff that people didn't like, and a whole bunch of things that people like. But it was so much hidden stuff that now that hidden stuff came out through Trump. And there's going to be more hidden stuff revealed with the next president.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be crazy. See, no one focuses on the good the presidents do either. They all focus on the negative, negative, negative. Obama did a ton of good shit.
Yeah.
Trump's got unemployment 50% down. It's percent better for minorities now. That's one good thing he's done. That's the numbers, like the actual statistics.
It's wild that that's the only statistic I really know about him too. I think I saw it real fast.
I don't really go out of my way to look into it, because most of it's going to be negative. I know it's going to, I don't want to fuck with it,
Mm-hmm.
But that just popped across one day, and I was like, oh shit, that's cool.
And he liked the negativity. And that's why I was saying that's us too. Like we all like that. We all like, man, you can't say nothing about us. You can't say nothing about me. Well, that's why I like psychedelics too, because now it's like that bring you so you still don't get confused in the mix. Like, yeah, that's true. That is what's being presented right now, but still, it's still a fluidness that has to be to this. And that's what allows us to still see the good, like you were saying, and what the world, everybody trying to just make fun of. Because that's what you see with psychedelics, man. That's what was getting to me. But in the past, that's why I was starting the channel and I saw that the mushrooms was telling me I was really just talking to myself, trying to present information to myself that, yes, this is not just a drug. Has all this connotations and history to it. And even without the history, look what it's doing to your family. Look what it's doing to your friends and other people that's living right now. So like the reefer madness needs to go away. Or it's going to exist, but with reefer madness, it needs to be this as well.
Man, set the whole world off. That's a crazy fucking propaganda.
You said it's crazy propaganda.
Yeah, all that Reefer Madness videos and all the things they used to make back in the day. Because
It's
they already knew it. They knew back in the 50s and 40s that cannabis was a good ass medicine. So that's why they did.
it is.
It was too busy wanting to sell fucking other drugs.
That's what it was. They were selling a lot of other drugs, trying to make the money, all about the cash, not really about the health. Like, well, if these work too, if they say it work and we can make more money off of it, why not?
Yep.
That's all they was thinking.
Instead Hell yeah. Instead of
And,
using one plant for so many things, let's isolate one chemical and treat one thing, and then we'll have a whole bunch of specialists, a whole bunch of money.
and it's wild how much trust we still, like, as a whole society, still have in the people that created the literal Reefer Madness video. Like, to live now and still, like, be under the law or under the jurisdiction of something that made that video back then, that's crazy. Because it's not like they ever apologized for it or said that they was wrong or anything. They just did what they did and just kept on existing. Like, yeah, so I said it. It's law now. What you gonna do? I'm a tie.
So,
my ass off.
I'm just curious to see what's going to happen in 2020. I just laugh at it. I'll definitely dose again during the debate. That shit was funny. So,
Oh, it's a 2020 debate, right? I mean, election, right?
yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
going to be, I guess. I wonder, there's so many people running. They're all going to be attacking Trump. It's just going to be a circus. Make you laugh. This shit was fun.
I want to see the one guy that's gonna be on Trump's side. I want to see that dude. He gotta have a lot of character. But they all gotta go against him too, though, cause Trump running again. He still gotta try the second term. So yeah, it is gonna be everybody going against him. But I was paying attention to this one lady that was on Joe Rogan's show. And what's going on, Spirit Molecule? We're tied on some politics right now, and about the people that have been taking psychedelics for a long time and seeing this whole generator being processed, and thus for our times what's being revealed through the presidents and the makeup and through in this upcoming election. You ever read the major? I think it's this lady that was on Joe Rogan show I was listening to. I forget if she was she had Latino descent, and let me see. Joe Rogan. She was pretty cool. Because she was talking about how the system of the debate system is not really, like, legit. When she feel uncomfortable when she up on stage and she got to give a response in 40 to 60 seconds. And then that's all she got to say. Yeah. And Joe Rogan was like, you should start a podcast. And she wasn't like against the idea. She just was saying she wouldn't really have the time and stuff. But he was saying just record your thoughts and just like record anything and just upload it just so people can hear your mind and your expression and not have to have it filtered through the media. Cause like the media is really a feeder. It really is a feeder, and a lot of people are really just hungry. Are really hungry. And so when you're trying to a lot of people know what the information they want to get, but when you've been eating something for so long, you're so used to getting it that way. You know what I mean? So like if she was to like really be able, if the next people to come about that is running elections could get their whole thought processes out and talk in like a podcast form, or just set up a camera and riff raft and know that they don't gotta worry about ads or nothing like that, it would really terraform this place. Or economically change this place.
instead of the 90 seconds, you got to get out all your issues, and then it's on to the next guy. Yeah, they need more of a better way to do this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it's like that with any kind of production. Like when you're making a movie or anything, like they run out a lot. They tear out a lot of ideas in order to fit it into even 2 hours. Because I'm just thinking about how vast a movie is. Because a movie is like a life kind of experience or trying to put into 2 hours. So that's not even. I don't know. It just takes an open and honest person to just be talking. Just talk. Even if they not honest, just keep on talking for a long time. Like so we can hear what you said 10 minutes or 40 minutes and then hear you say something else and then see the string of thoughts and see how you connect different dots together instead of how a news company is connecting the dots of your different thoughts from your Twitter statements that you put out or little tidbits that you put out. And because those thoughts are real powerful. It's a whole imagination being placed on people, and when you're not really dealing with the imagination realm, or like seeing it as something tangible, as something that's actually working on life itself, then you're just letting it play about. Just letting it play about. Cause I be in old people houses like cleaning sometimes, old senior citizens, and they be just playing the news in the background. They don't even be paying attention all the time. They just be playing, and then they try to wait for the happy parts, but they still hearing everything. They're still hearing everything. I had to warn my sister about that because she was telling me something about somebody getting shot in Philly. And I was like, oh, yeah, I didn't hear about that or something. And she was saying, yeah, I only really watch the news for the weather. So I'm like, it's just the one in the background. And we used to watch the news together all the time. Fox and Friends. Like, they had a good title, Fox and Friends. Good Morning America. Like, wake up, it's good morning. Oh, these people saying good morning. And people around me ain't saying good morning. This whole production crew saying good morning. I pay attention to what they got to say. No matter if it feels fake.
What if I don't want to have a good morning? Shit like that.
What if I want to deal with this situation now so it don't carry throughout my day? That's real.
Hell yeah.
You don't always wake up on the good side of the bed. And on the bad side of the wake up on the bad side of the bed, if you just bury it real quick, it's gonna pop up tomorrow. Or as soon as you get upset, your whole world gonna be unleashed. In my experience.
That's my experience too. If I let too many things get at me, especially minor, dumb little things, if I let them get under my skin, it just ruins my whole day. Crazy. So, that's one thing about having the illness. It takes a few minutes to come from being aggravated if you get set off. You know, like sometimes it takes a day or I'll just be so pissed. Some people aggravate me so bad where it ruins my day. I don't know why it still happens to me, but it does. There's just certain people that can do it.
Uh-huh. Is it people you love? Or is it like random people?
Random people.
Uh-huh.
The people I love are close to me. They know not to fuck that, you know.
Yeah. I'm not around enough random people. That's probably not.
Yeah, I try not to be, but I gotta go to the doctor a lot.
Oh, okay. So you're dealing with a lot of people telling you stuff, like literally, and wanting it to affect your life and change your life. Oh, Tulsi, thank you, Ali Cat. That's the person I was talking about, Tulsi Gibbard. That's the person that was on Joe Rogan that was talking about she wanted to express herself a lot more, her thought process and how she think, and not having it be marginalized or like